This is PCA Lions Baseball. Prestonwood Baseball is brought to you by Freeform Chiropractic, Children's Health, Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Harris Baguette, Cowboys Fit, Bass Signs North Dallas, Sky Ranch, Aquaterra Outdoors. Also by Texas Tiny Teeth Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics, Up-to-Date Roofing, Incentive Brands, Chick-fil-A at Plano Parkway and Park Boulevard, Comfort Maker Air Conditioning and Heating, Global Strategic, Milestone Electric, and Vista Physical Therapy. Now, let's go to the ballpark for today's warm-up show.
Good evening and welcome to the Graham Field for a huge late-season district matchup. The Prestonwood Christian Lions leading the district at 6-1 and 22-3 overall for the season, squaring off with Bishop Lynch. The Friars coming in at 3-5 in district action. Third place right now, but very much in the running for that number 2 seed going into the postseason. It's the final time these two teams match up this regular season, and no shortage of storylines coming in. For Prestonwood, a chance to keep rolling and finish off a season sweep of a Bishop Lynch team that has not gone quietly at any point in this series over the course of the year. For the Friars, it's another chance to prove themselves against the top TAPS team in the state. And yes, Prestonwood has won the first 3 meetings. Anybody who watched those teams go at it, though, knows that Bishop Lynch has pushed and battled and made the Lions earn it every night. That first meeting, we were here back on March 17th. It was cold that night, and it had a little bit of everything, with Savion Sims getting the start for Prestonwood. He was a force, not quite as sharp as he's capable, but he piled up 6 strikeouts and did not allow a hit over 3 2/3. But Bishop Lynch hung around. The Friars drew walks and got a big start from Julian Akala on the other side and kept the pressure on long enough to drag that game into extra innings. And in the bottom of the 8th, it was Aiden Moffitt playing the hero. The junior third baseman ripped the walk-off single that gave Prestonwood the dramatic 3-2 walk-off win. Then on March 20th, Moffitt the hero again for Prestonwood with a home run and a double in a 9-6 win on the road for PCA. Then last Friday, Bishop Lynch added an early punch. The Friars landed 4 runs in the second inning and grabbed a 4-2 lead, but Prestonwood answered. The Lions tied it up in the third, then blew the game open with a 7-run fourth inning as Trent Valade delivered a 2-run single. Riggs Huggins drove in 2. Cruz Banuelos added another. Quinn Majewski knocked in 2 more, and just like that, a close district game turned into a statement win for the Lions, 12-5. And that is what makes Prestonwood so dangerous right now. They can beat you in different ways. They can win a grinder of a game. They can survive a back-and-forth district fight. And if you crack the door open, they come storming through it with one big crooked inning that can change the whole night. And tonight, Prestonwood turns right back to its biggest weapon on the mound in Savion Sims. And when Sims is out there, the entire game takes on a different feel because the velocity is obvious. 96, 97, capable of more. The angle is obvious as he brings it at 6'8". And he's one of those pitchers who forces you to talk about him before the first pitch is even thrown. But Bishop Lynch head coach Justin McFadden told me his team felt good about the way it approached Sims the first time. The Friars made him work back on the 17th of March. They stayed disciplined. They did not chase early nearly as much as some teams do. McFadden's thought was simple: make him prove he can live in the zone, run the pitch count up, and get to the bullpen. And that worked the first time well enough to give Bishop Lynch a real chance late. But here's the deal. Sims has been hot lately. He had the complete game no-hitter with 10 strikeouts 2 weeks ago against JP2. Then going to JP2 in a 1-0 loss, he went 5 innings, giving up just 1 unearned run on 1 hit, striking out 7, walking none, the toughest of tough luck losses. Now, Bishop Lynch is a fascinating team in its own right coming into this game. Coach Justin McFadden's been honest about how strange and difficult this season has been. First of all, they're very young, only 2 seniors on the team. But there's been illness, there's been injuries, players in and out, freshmen forced into larger roles than expected. And the Friars have spent much of this spring trying to piece together the right version of themselves while also trying to stay afloat long enough to get healthy. But Coach McFadden clearly believes in this group, and he believes that as guys return and the roster fills back out, this is a club that can make noise in the postseason, and he's got his eyes on the number 2 seed for the postseason, which is in play for Bishop Lynch, whether they can win today or not. Along those lines, this would normally be a day where Julian Acala would get the start, but Coach McFadden instead is going to rest him for 9 days and have him in 2 of the final 3 to wrap up the regular season in games that he's got a better chance to win. And so that's why he's going with more of a bullpen game today, starting Jake Bassick on the mound. And we don't think we'll see the ace, Julian Acala, today for Bishop Lynch. So even with Prestonwood chasing the sweep, there's plenty of urgency on the Friars side, too. They're trying to turn their toughness into a win against the top team in the district, just like everybody tries to knock off Prestonwood. So buckle up. Savion Sims gets the call. Prestonwood goes for the sweep. Bishop Lynch trying to flip the script. And from Graham Field, we're just about ready for another big district showdown. When we return, I'm joined by Prestonwood head coach James Valade on PCA Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Keeping you from feeling your best. Hi, I'm Dr. Colby King with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Welcome back into PCA Baseball before the series finale for the year against Bishop Lynch, and we're joined by the head coach of PCA. James Valade is with us. Thanks so much for the time, Coach. Always appreciate getting the chance to catch up with you.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, as always. And for your team right now, good bounce-back win last time out. But, this is a Bishop Lynch team that doesn't make it easy on you. I know they've gone through a lot of injuries over the course of the season, but, when they're at their best, why are they a tough team to play?
They're unpredictable at times. They really are. They'll push some buttons. They'll do some unique things, but we prepare for that, and that's how we get ready to play them.
Well, and you guys have done a good job against them this year. You're going for the series sweep, and Savion Sims will be the guy you throw out today. Now, as far as Savion goes, his last 2 starts have been absolutely outstanding. What has been the main difference, do you think, in those starts versus, especially the Bishop Lynch start was a kind of a cold day here?
Yeah, I think the term midseason form hits first in my mind. He's had starts. He's getting out there. Guys go through ups and downs. The last 2 outings, he's managed himself really well. He's thrown a lot of strikes. His velocity's been great all year, and you're seeing a guy hopefully hitting his stride.
Absolutely. When you guys brought him in, were there any individual goals that you had for him? I'm sure you have individual goals for each guy that aren't necessarily, they're not selfish goals, they're just, here are some benchmarks or things we want you to work on in order to get the most out of you this season. What were those for Savion?
Yeah, for him it goes off of any pitcher fastball command, commanding the fastball, landing a breaking ball, whatever breaking ball you want, and being able to show an off-speed pitch from time to time. A lot of times in high school, change-ups and splits don't get thrown as much. But, for him, he's shown a pretty good arsenal, and last 2 outings commanded the ball very well.
Meanwhile, Lash Henderson getting back out there for you guys in a starting role the last time and pinch running before that. for Lash, what were the benchmarks he needed to hit to get back on the field, and how is he feeling right now?
No, for him, it's basically just passing a strength test. Unfortunately, he had a wrist hand injury early on. That's tough as a hitter, but he hit his benchmarks. He did good. He felt good swinging the bat the other day. And it's good to have him back on the field, much like Austin Smith. We just got Austin Smith back in the mix on the mound. He's had some good appearances for us. It's nice to be getting healthy.
Absolutely, and makes you guys even deeper as a team. Speaking of that, as you guys start to get stacked back up for the playoffs, these last couple weeks, do things ramp up mentally for you as a coaching staff going into it? Or are you the kind of coaching staff that tries to keep it even keel, day by day, just do the same things that you would in February that you do in May?
Yeah, I think it changes a little bit. You're starting to see opponents multiple times, and you're starting to get familiar with them. So game planning changes a little bit after you've seen guys for a while. But for us, it's whatever the team needs, we work on. There's nothing really routine about it. There is a structure that we stay in, but as far as how we advance the club, it's based on what the games are telling us we need, and then the subtle reminders, because there's things that you practice that don't come up in games for a while that rear their head, maybe 2 or 3 times sometimes in a game. So we're just preparing to play winning baseball.
Yeah, a lot of positives to talk about with this team, of course. When it comes to things that might jump up and bite this team, it seems like you guys are always getting guys on base. There have been a couple days where, maybe you haven't been able to push them across, even though you deserved to win a game or deserved to run away in a game. As a coach, is there anything that you can do along those lines to make that more to the forefront? Yeah,
that's something we addressed during our practice time. Driving runs in, having good at bats, not giving away at bats. Sometimes it's just baseball. Against John Paul, we couldn't beat a glove. 9 hits, 18 balls in play, and stranded a bunch of guys, and that happens. But looking for guys to finish the job at the plate and have quality at bats, and I think the last couple of times out we've seen that.
Well, I think so too for this team. Let's talk about other guys that have been playing really well for you. I know you guys do as a coaching staff, but I don't know if I talk enough about Cruz and what he does behind the plate with your staff. That's something the coaching staff is always thinking about. Who's our next catcher? Is he going to be able to handle the job? Why has he been so good this year and last?
He's a fourth-year player for us, a fourth-year varsity guy. He's a warrior behind the plate. He prepares well. He's intentional, and he cares about the pitchers that he's catching. He works with them, and I think that catcher-pitcher relationship for us has been amazing with him behind the plate. He's fun to watch. He wins every single pitch, and we're glad he's having a great year.
Where have you seen him grow the most, being a 4-year player from his freshman year to now his senior leadership year?
Yeah, number one is experience. Obviously he's gotten a lot of great experience, but controlling the game, running the field, and that's a catcher's job, and he's done that very well this year. He's seeing the field well, he's running the field well, and again, he's very intentional with everything he does.
Well, Coach, let's talk about the keys to a Tuesday night game tonight. What do you want to see from your guys?
Consistent hard contact. That's it. The wind's blowing in again tonight at the Graham. It's a tough hitter's park. A little easier to pitch at the Graham than it is to hit, but we've addressed it all week. We know the conditions that we're playing in. It's our home field, and the consistent hard contact and not giving away any at-bats.
All right. We're looking for that tonight. Thank you so much for the time, Coach, as always.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's Coach Valade of PCA, and when we come back, we will have the prayer. We'll have the national anthem. Starting lineup is coming up next as well. Big ball game tonight between the PCA Lions and Bishop Lynch here on PCA Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate outdoor experience.
Welcome back into PCA baseball from the Graham in Plano. It is Bishop Lynch taking on the Prestonwood Lions tonight. Two teams taking warm-up right now. It is Bishop Lynch on the infield. We're just about 15 minutes away from first pitch or so. Time to take a look at the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the Bishop Lynch Friars, and head coach Justin McFadden, who said a win in this game would be huge because it would take the pressure off the final stretch. It's an important time of year, closing down the regular season over the next couple weeks. The district standings in TAP D1 District 2, Prestonwood out front with a 6-1 mark. They've got a 3.5 game lead on LCA, a 2.5 game lead on LCA, I should say. It was at 4-4 right now. Bishop Lynch pulling in at 3-5, right on the heels of LCA, and then John Paul II not buried either at 2-5 at this point. And there have been a lot of close games over the course of district play. As we mentioned, Justin McFadden not starting his ace today, not going toe-to-toe ace for ace against Prestonwood Savion Sims, but going with more of a bullpen type game today to try to get Prestonwood off balance on this Tuesday evening. Noah Herman with the start at second base. The 6'2", 185-pound senior has moved up and down the lineup. One of the most counted on pieces for Justin McFadden. He'll lead off today. He went 2 for 2 and had 2 doubles and an RBI against Prestonwood on Friday. So he reached base all 4 times last time out, and Herman will try to be the table setter today. Elliott Brown, the junior left fielder, has started to get more playing time for Bishop Lynch. He'll bat in the 2-hole. He's only 1 for 9 this season, but then in addition to his at-bats, he's also been on base thanks to 2 walks and 3 hit by pitches this season as well. So he just finds a way on. Jake Bassick batting in the 3-hole. He'll be the starting pitcher tonight. A .358 hitter this season with 11 RBIs and 3 doubles. He's only struck out 3 times this season. And then Will McGinnis, who has been over the last couple weeks in the leadoff hole, he moves down into the cleanup spot for Bishop Lynch tonight. The .318 hitter, the first baseman, the sophomore, with 5 RBIs this season and 5 doubles, which is the top doubles numbers on the team. And he's got 21 walks this season as well to lead the squad. Will strike out on you, though, with 17 Ks this season. Jack Carpenter batting in the 3-hole, the 5'9", 150-pound junior right fielder with 9 RBIs this season, a .297 hitter. Julian Alcala, the starting shortstop, the senior who went 1 for 3 with a run scored against Prestonwood on Friday, bats .208 this season with a home run, the only home run this season for Bishop Lynch, and 5 doubles. That's tied for a team lead. Hayes Bonds bats in the 7-hole. The center fielder, 5'10", 140, a junior, a .259 hitter. He leads the team with 15 RBIs this season, and he also has 11 hit by pitches this year as well. Bonds does a nice job to get in the way of opponents' pitches. Parks Belknap bats in the 8-hole. The sophomore designated hitter, 6'5", 175, .250 hitter this season. Good run production with 13 RBIs this year. And Cam Carpio is the catcher, the 5'8", 150-pound junior, batting a .147 with 6 RBIs this season. So it's Herman, Brown, Bassick, McGinnis, Carpenter, Alcala, Bonds, Belknap, Carpio for Bishop Lynch, coming in at 14, 15, and 1 and 3 and 5 in district play. As a team, they're hitting .267 this season. And Bishop Lynch head coach Justin McFadden has made it clear he's just really focused on the playoffs right now. More on the playoffs than this one game. The big picture goal is to get healthy over these last couple weeks, get into the playoffs, then make a run. He thinks if they can get healthy, they can do some damage in the playoffs, especially if they are able to attain the 2 seed. Right now, Bishop Lynch, in addition to this game, has a couple against JP2 next Friday, or on Friday, I should say, and then next Tuesday, and then they close out the regular season a week from Friday at Legacy Christian. Those are the 4 games remaining tonight, and then those 3 for the Bishop Lynch Friars. Meanwhile, for the Prestonwood Lions, led by head coach James Valade, and Coach Valade will send out Junior Niffen, the senior left fielder, to lead it off. He's hitting .359 this season with a home run and 13 runs batted in. Jake Felsman, the senior second baseman, bats in the 2-hole, .352 this season with no home runs and 14 runs batted in. Trent Valade, the senior first baseman, bats third, hovering right around .400 as he has all season, hitting .397 this year. 3 home runs to lead the team and 27 runs batted in. That's also tops on the squad, along with 6 doubles as well. Aiden Moffitt, the junior third baseman, bats in the cleanup spot, hitting .353 with a home run and 22 RBIs this season. 8 doubles as well for Aiden Moffitt. And for Aiden, his only home run this season came against Bishop Lynch. He also has a couple doubles against this Friars team this year. He's had a very good season series against the Friars this year. Riggs Huggins is up to the 5-hole for today's game. The sophomore designated hitter went 2 for 3 on Friday with 2 RBIs in the road victory over Bishop Lynch, batting .451 and also drawing 24 walks this season. Home run, 21 RBIs, 6 doubles, 2 triples this year for the sophomore. Max Bachman, the junior shortstop, bats in the 6-hole, .257, 1 home run, 16 RBIs. Cruz Banuelos, the senior catcher, another start behind the plate, .308 this season with no home runs and 15 runs batted in. Lash Henderson back in the lineup for his second start in here since coming back off injury. The junior center fielder had a solo home run, 2 left, big-time power in the bat of Henderson. He showed that pull-side power on Friday night with that solo shot against Bishop Lynch, his first of the year. He's only batting .200 this season in limited opportunities. And Quinn Majewski gets the start in right field, the junior batting in the 9-hole, .354 with 18 RBIs this season. So again, for Prestonwood, the Lions go with Niffen, Felsman, Valade, Moffitt, Huggins, Bachman, Banuelos, Henderson, and Majewski to face Jake Bassick. Bassick for Bishop Lynch. He'll make his 4th start of the year, his 11th appearance. He's 2-2-1 with a 7.15 ERA. 14 strikeouts versus 12 walks. That doesn't have overpowering stuff. 15 2/3 innings pitched this season, giving up 25 hits, 23 runs, 14 have been earned this season. Bassick, his first time around against Prestonwood, kept the Lions in the game, coming on in relief of Julian Acala back on the 17th of March. Ended up being the loser in that one, but gave up just a run over 2+ innings of work. But on Friday, he came on in relief against Prestonwood, and Bassick really struggled to pick up any outs. He did not record an out, gave up 3 earned runs, walked 1, gave up a hit as well, as Prestonwood put up that big 7-run 4th inning to take control of the game. And on the other side for the Prestonwood Lions, of course, they will send out Savion Sims, the 6'8", 210-pound senior, making his 10th start of the year. 5-2 on the year, and in 33 2/3 innings, he's only given up 10 hits. He brings just nearly unhittable stuff, with opponents batting less than 100 against him this season, .089. 65 strikeouts versus 21 walks, and that has gotten so much better over his last 2 games, where Sims has struck out 17 and walked no one over his last 2 starts. 65 strikeouts, 21 walks on the season for Savion Sims, and a minuscule ERA, as he's only given up 5 earned runs in 33 2/3 innings pitched for the Prestonwood Lions. So that sets the table for this one. We will come back with the prayer, and we will also have the national anthem. Savion Sims on the mound for the Prestonwood Lions at 6-1, going up against the Bishop Lynch Friars, who come into this ball game 3-5 in district action. This is Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
You gotta dip your chicken strips. Hey, this is Kiani.
And this is Tabitha.
And a little thing we love about Chick-fil-A chicken strips
is all the different sauces we can dip them in. I like to line up all my favorite sauces so that in every bite I have a different flavor. Then with the tenderness of the chicken, the juiciness of it, it's all there.
And for me, I like to mix my sauces so I get a little tang and I get a little sweetness all in one bite. That's just a recipe for a good time, you know?
That's what makes it for me. Like, that's what does it for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Are you injured or in pain and not sure what to do? Schedule a complimentary injury screening and talk to our physical therapists at Vista PT to see if physical therapy is right for you. No prescription or referral is needed.
And game time weather conditions. It has been warm and breezy all day and will continue that into the evening. It's 78 degrees on this night. High clouds. It's been overcast all day with lower clouds, but right now the cloud ceiling much higher here in Plano, and might be, at least initially, a little bit tougher to see the baseball than it would have been against the more dark overhang that we had earlier in the day, but no chance of rain, although it's looked like rain all day here in North Texas. 73% humidity. The wind coming out of the south, so it's blowing in here at the Graham, pretty much from straightaway center field, maybe center right center at 12 miles an hour, gusting up to 25 though. So that's something for the outfielders to keep in mind as they battle the ball over the course of the day. So 76 degrees at game time. As Coach Valade said, it can be a little bit of a tough place to hit on typical April days where the wind is blowing in like this. And so for the Lions, they need to be focused in and make hard contact against not only Jake Bassick, but whoever Bishop Lynch throws out there. Bassick almost assuredly will not go the whole game. This will be a bullpen game for the Bishop Lynch Friars today, as Prestonwood goes with Savion Sims. For Justin McFadden, the head coach of Bishop Lynch, his reasoning for holding Juju Akala back and giving him 9 days of rest instead of using him tonight is that he wanted Juju lined up to pitch on Friday against JP2 and then the following Friday against Legacy, because those games have a better chance for him to lock down the number 2 seed. He basically said he didn't want to gamble on the Prestonwood game if it hurt their chances over the final 2 weeks. And he's feels good about these last 4 games, thinks the boys will play well down the stretch. He's also got 4 or 5 pitchers that he likes. And for this Prestonwood game, this bullpen approach with several short outings, he's hoping to keep Prestonwood off balance and over the course of the night throw several different looks at Prestonwood and maybe not give any one pitcher, or any one batter, I should say, multiple at-bats against particular pitchers tonight. So this game matters for Bishop Lynch, but the goal is bigger. It's health, it's the number 2 seed, and being built for the playoffs. Bishop Lynch is a team that is used to being one of the top teams in the league. A school record 29 wins both in 2023 and 2024. Area championships in 3 of the last 4 seasons as well. And looking to make it to the playoffs and get an area championship under their belt in 2026. Let's pause for the prayer and the national anthem.
Dear Lord, we thank you for this day and for the gift of the game of baseball. We ask your protection over every player, coach, umpire, and fan here today. Keep them safe from injury, help them to play with integrity, honor, and good sportsmanship. May they compete hard, enjoy the moment, and represent their families and community well. Lord, bless this game and let it be played to your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. And now please remain standing as we honor the United States of America and the men and women who serve to protect it with the playing of our national anthem.
final chord coming right at straight up 7 o'clock as the Prestonwood Lions face Bishop Lynch for the 4th time this season. Prestonwood looking for the series sweep and to make it to 7-1 in district action. Bishop Lynch trying to knock off Prestonwood for the first time this year, although they haven't given Prestonwood a lot of trouble over the course of the season. James Valade said, this team is just unpredictable on both sides, whether it be the way they pitch or, the way that they run so much on the base paths. They've been hit by 51 pitches this season. They've got 101 stolen bases as a team. They hit 267 as a squad as compared to Prestonwood's 327. But, they're just a team that's going to create chaos out there if they're able to get guys on base like they were against Savion Sims the first time the two teams matched up back on the 17th of March. Sims in that one went 3 2/3, did settle down as the matchup went on with 7 strikeouts, but he also walked a bundle in that matchup and had a little bit of a tough time spotting that fastball. But it was a cooler evening, and it seems like as the weather has warmed up, Savion has as well, with his last 2 starts being simply masterful. A 5-inning complete game no-hitter a couple games ago against JP2, and then last time out against Legacy, a very tough luck loss for him, giving up an unearned run in the initial inning and only 1 hit, striking out 7 and walking nobody through 5 innings. And it was a game where Prestonwood had 9 hits, but they were not able to get a runner across and lost 1-0. So Sims threw his final warm-up toss to Cruz Banuelos, and he'll face Noah Herman to open up the game. Again for Bishop Lynch, Noah Herman, Elliott Brown, and Jake Bassick leading it off, followed by Will McGinnis, Jack Carpenter, and Julian Alcala. And 7 through 9 in the order, Hayes Bonds, Parks Belknap, and Cam Carpio. Herman has moved up and down the lineup, and the senior, one of only 2 seniors in the starting lineup and on the entire squad for Bishop Lynch this season, stands in from the right side. A .408 hitter this season with great on-base numbers as well. And the flamethrower, Savion Sims, brings the fastball right down Broadway. It looked like a 2-seamer at 93 miles an hour, and starts out with a first pitch strike to Noah Herman. Herman 2 for 2 and 2 walks on Friday. This pitch inside for a ball from Savion Sims. Ball and a strike. Herman also with great speed with 15 stolen bases this season. He was second team All-State at second base a season ago. 1-1 pitch, and that's fouled off. A lot of these Bishop Lynch players do a really good job of making contact. You've got Herman, a guy who has been up to the plate more than anybody for the Friars this season. He's only struck out 3 times all year. Very similar numbers for Jake Bassick in the 3-hole. But here's the 1 and 2 coming from Savion Sims, and he leaves it up high at 96 miles an hour. The 4-seam fastball coming in just above the letters. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Noah Herman on this windy night. Very typical April evening. 2-2 pitch, and that is ripped foul down the third base line. And Herman getting solid contact, a guy that's really seeing the ball well, and a guy that is very difficult to strike out. And this was the recipe. The first time that Bishop Lynch went up against Savion Sims is they just hung around in at bats and chased him in the 4th inning, which is difficult to do, but on that day, at least, Sims not as in control as he's capable of being. Sims has been masterful, though, over the last couple weeks. The kick and the pitch way inside, and it hits Noah Herman directly in the back. Obviously not one that Sims brought with any intent. It just got away from him. The 5th time that Noah Herman's been hit by a pitch this season. And the 4th hit batter this year for Savion Sims, and Herman is on after getting hit by that fastball. That Will Smart. Herman's got good speed at first base. 15 of 17 stealing bases this season. Cruz Banuelos behind home plate has thrown out 9 attempted stealers this season. Opponents are 24 of 33 against Benuelos this year. So here's Elliott Brown, the junior left fielder, at a stolen base against Prestonwood on Friday, but gets the start here. Brown, only 1 for 9 in actual at-bats, but he has been hit 3 times, and he also has 2 walks and takes a first pitch strike as he pulls the bat back as if he was going to bunt. Strike 1 to Elliott Brown. Brown having a little bit of trouble here as he looks at his wristband for the play. Stands back in. Moderate lead for Herman at first base. And the bunt is down the first base side. Sims reaches it and leans into it as he tosses it to Valade at first base. But a nice sacrifice bunt by Elliott Brown. It goes 1-3 to move Noah Herman into scoring position with 1 down in the top of the first inning. So Jake Bassick comes up. Bassick, the junior pitcher, hitting .358 this season with 11 RBIs, and he comes up in a situation with a runner in scoring position and less than 2 outs. 3 doubles on the year for Bassick, and again, a guy that makes great contact. The first pitch, low and away. 4-1 from Savion Sims. Bassick, really the emotional leader of the Friars, a fiery guy. Sims comes home, and it's in for a called strike. Bassick doesn't agree with the call on a pitch tailing away from him, lower part of the zone. Across the outside part of the plate, it's 1-1. A bit of a delay as Benuelos and Sims come together. Prestonwood wearing the baby blue uniforms, baby blue tops with the white pants tonight. Good luck for the Lions this evening. Reminder that the wind is blowing in here on the Plano-Carrollton line. Look back at second toward Herman, and the 1-1 pitch is tapped back up the middle. Tapped by Sims, picked up at second, and Felsman is able to make the play against Bassick, who runs fairly well, above average speed for Jake Bassick. Sims barely made contact with that, so it goes 1-4-3 on the out. Noah Herman shifts over to third base on the play. And there are 2 down for Will McGinnis, the sophomore first baseman. McGinnis was in the leadoff hole on Friday against Prestonwood, but is back into the cleanup spot here. And the first pitch from Sims is in for a called strike. McGinnis went 1 for 5. He struck out twice on Friday. The 0-1 from Sims. That's lifted down the right field line. That gets down for a base hit. Noah Herman comes in to score. Will McGinnis slides into second base with a 2-out double. And Bishop Lynch takes the lead in Plano. For Will McGinnis, it's his team-leading 6th double of the season. Also 6 RBIs this year for McGinnis. Great job of putting the bat on the ball, going the other way down the right field line, and putting Bishop Lynch in front, 1-0. So Savion Sims giving up his first earned run in a couple weeks. And he'll face Jack Carpenter, takes a first pitch strike. Sims has been attempting to work away from these right-handed batters of Bishop Lynch, and McGinnis knew he'd have to go with it and did so very nicely down the right field line. Wave and a miss at the slider for Jack Carpenter. It is 0-2. Carpenter starting in right field today. He was the starting catcher on Friday. 2 for 4 in that start. He's hitting .297 this season with 9 RBIs. Trying for a 2-out hit here and stays alive, barely foul tipping that pitch away. Looked like the slider from Sims. It's 0-2. So Herman got hit by a 2-2 fastball right in the back and comes around to score on the double. Here's the 0-2 pitch, way high. And gets away from Sims, 1-2. So Herman was sacrificed onto second by Elliott Brown. And Jake Bassick tapped out 1-4-3 to the right side of the infield before McGinnis poked one down the right field line for a double. Trent Valade at first, Jake Felsman at second, Max Bachman at short, Aiden Moffitt at third. Pitch way inside, and it hits Jack Carpenter. It grazed him, but got enough. And that is 2 hit by pitches in this inning by Savion Sims. And Friars just have a way about them of forcing you to make pitches. And that is the 53rd time this season that Bishop Lynch batters have been hit by a pitch. 2 on, 2 out for Julian Alcala. Alcala, who got the start against Prestonwood the first time the two teams matched up. Leads the team with a home run and 5 doubles this season, or had the tie for the team lead in doubles with Will McGinnis before McGinnis picked up that double earlier on this inning. Big gust of wind pops up. So Sims stepped off the mound for a moment. And another one is inside and hits Alcala on the helmet. So Sims had hit 3 players all year, and he has 3 hit by pitches in this inning alone. You know, the release point, certainly not where Sims wanted it on that pitch, but also the wind coming directly from behind him, gusting up to 25 miles an hour. There's no doubt that that had something to do with that pitch getting away from Savion, and thankfully it grazes off the helmet of Julian Alcala. And McGinnis moves down to third, Jack Carpenter at second, Alcala at first. And there's a meeting at the mound here before Hayes Bonds comes up for Bishop Lynch. Chance for the Friars not only to strike first, but put a bigger number on the board in the first inning. Sims had only hit 1 batter or issued a walk in his last 2 outings versus 17 strikeouts, and he has 3 hit batters in this inning alone, and 2 on the last 2 pitches. So here comes Hayes Bonds after the meeting on the mound. Bonds up from the right side with the bases loaded and 2 down. First pitch is down low for ball 1 from Savion Sims, right down the heart of the plate, but below the knees to Bonds, the 5'10", 140-pound junior. Swing and a miss by Bonds. That fastball, outer half. Bonds, 259 this season, leads the team with 15 RBIs this year for Bishop Lynch. Friars up 1-0 after the RBI double by Will McGinnis. 1-1. That's outside. Banuelos tried to frame it. 2 balls and a strike to Hayes Bonds, and nowhere to put him. Bonds has been hit 11 times this season, most on the team by far. 2-1 pitch. And that one is in for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on a breaking pitch that drops in from Savion Sims. So bases full and 2 down. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Bonds. Sims rocks and deals. It's tapped foul. Along the first base side by Bonds, he stays alive. Bonds 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI, and he struck out twice against Prestonwood on Friday. Friars had a 4-2 lead before Prestonwood came back in that game on Friday for a 12-5 victory. 2-2 pitch. Sims tries to spot it. The fastball a little bit outside, and it's going to be a full count to Hayes Bonds. 3 balls and 2 strikes. As Bonds is able to lay off a very tough pitch to not pull the trigger on. Here's the payoff pitch. In there for a called strike 3. That pitch by Savion freezing Hayes Bonds on the inside part of the plate. A called strike 3 looking, but a productive top of the first for Bishop Lynch as a run comes home on 1 hit, no errors, and the bases left full. 1/2 inning in the books. It's Bishop Lynch 1, Prestonwood coming up on PCA Lions Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
Welcome back into Plano. Jake Bassick takes the hill for the Bishop Lynch Friars with a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Bassick making his 4th start of the season, his 11th appearance, 2-2-1 with a 7.15 ERA. Behind him, he'll have Will McGinnis at first base, the 6'1", 170-pound sophomore. Noah Herman is at second. Julian Acala, the shortstop. Bennett Schroeder, the sophomore third baseman. Elliott Brown is in left field, Hayes Bonds in center, and Jack Carpenter in right. All juniors across the outfield, and Cam Carpio, the junior, catching Jake Bassick at least to start this game. Again, for Prestonwood, it's Junior Niffen, followed by Jake Felsman and Trent Valade, Aiden Moffitt, Riggs Huggins, and Max Bachman. And Cruz Banuelos, Lash Henderson, and Quinn Majewski to go up against Jake Bassick, who did not record an out in the 4th inning as Prestonwood was putting a 7 spot up and turning the game around against Bishop Lynch on the road in Dallas. Last time out on Friday, a game that would turn into a 12-5 victory for Prestonwood. The Lions have won all 3 games against the Friars this season, 3-2 in 8 innings on the 17th of March, then followed that up with a 9-6 come-from-behind win on the road against Bishop Lynch on the 20th of March, and then that 12-5 victory on Friday. Junior Niffen hitting .359 this season, up from the right side, and the leadoff hitter takes a first pitch strike. The senior left fielder with a home run and 13 RBIs this season, leads the team in stolen bases with 19. Hitless in 5 plate appearances against Bishop Lynch on Friday, but he did walk twice, and he scored twice and had a stolen base. Pitch by Bassick is in for a called strike. Good start to this at-bat. It's 0-2 from Bassick to Niffen. Bassick kicks and deals. Pitch is just off the plate. Carpio, the junior catcher, trying to frame it. 1-2 to Junior Niffen, who has 19 walks this season for Prestonwood. Here's the 1-2. Overhand breaking pitch that drifts in low. Niffen watches it into the turf. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. And it's up high now. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Bassick has missed 3 straight. 310 down the left and right field lines. 390 to straightaway center with the batter's eye in center field. Payoff pitch. Hit right back up the box. Off of Bassick. Herman picks it up at his feet and fires on to first for the out. Junior Niffen hit that one pretty well, and I don't think that Herman would have been able to reach it had it not been kicked by Bassick. But Bassick taking it off the toes there combines with Herman to get the out. 1-4-3, and there's 1 down for Jake Felsman. 1-0 the advantage for Bishop Lynch here in the bottom of 1. Senior second baseman Felsman coming up, and he takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. Felsman went 0 for 5 on Friday with a run scored against Bishop Lynch, but he's .352 this season with no home runs, 14 RBIs. Takes the bouncer in from Bassick, 1-1. Opponents only hitting .235 this season against Bishop Lynch as a team, as the 1-1 is outside, 2 balls and a strike. But the Friars have committed 57 errors behind their pitching this season, and the fielding percentage is only .915. Compare that to only 20 errors this season for Prestonwood. You see a big difference there defensively between the two. Bishop Lynch committing almost 3 times the amount of errors, as the 2-1 pitch is fouled back and out of play by Felsman. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trent Valade is on deck for Prestonwood. Outfield playing shallow and straight away. As the pitch to Felsman is bounced back up the middle off the glove of Bassick. Chases it down toward first base and is able to recover to make the play. Bassick involved in both the bounce outs so far for Prestonwood. This one more conventionally going 1-3. 2 down for Trent Valade, and the base is empty. Valade, the Texas A&M commit, senior first baseman, batting .397 with 3 home runs and 27 RBIs this season. 2 for 5 with 2 RBI and 2 runs scored against Bishop Lynch last time out. Jake Bassick brings in the curveball and lands it for a called strike to Valade. This pitch hit right back up the middle behind second base. Alcala, the shortstop, able to smoothly slide to it and fire on to first for the out. Prestonwood goes 1-2-3 as Jake Bassick, who failed to record an out against Prestonwood on Friday, does nothing but record ground outs here. And through 1, it's Bishop Lynch 1, Prestonwood nothing on PCA Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
It's not about fixing air conditioners. It's not about the thousands of hours spent training. It's about homeowners resting easy, knowing they can trust us in their homes. It's about keeping a family cool and comfortable in the dead of summer. At Milestone, it's more than just a job. It is and always will be how we help people.
A breezy, humid evening in Plano tonight here on the grounds of Prestonwood Christian Academy. Welcome back to the Graham. John Little back with the entire crew with you for PCA Lions baseball. Whether you're a Prestonwood fan, whether you're a Bishop Lynch fan, or tuning in all around the world on YouTube just because you want to see some good baseball, we welcome you in tonight. Going to the top of the second inning, visiting Bishop Lynch, the Friars send up 8, 9, and 1 in the order as they sent 7 men to the plate in the first inning. Savion Sims battled through as he hit 3 batters. First pitch here is in for a called strike to Parks Belknap, the sophomore designated hitter who goes at 6'5", 175, batting from the right side. A .250 hitter this season is Belknap. Went 0 for 2 on Friday with a run scored. And Savion Sims pulls the string on a breaking pitch and lands it for a called strike. 0-2 to Belknap. Cam Carpio, the catcher, is up next. Here's the 0-2 from Sims. And the breaking pitch is fouled down the right side and back and out of play as Belknap is able to spoil a pretty good slider from Savion Sims. Sims in the opening inning, 26 pitches, 10 balls, 16 strikes, giving up the RBI double to Will McGinnis. Here's the 0-2. Fastball in there for a called strike 3 on the outside corner. Belknap frozen, doesn't like the call. He would have touched his helmet if this were the bigs, and that brings up Cam Carpio. So 2 strikeouts looking by Savion Sims in the last 2 batters. 1 down, and here's Carpio, who's batting .147 on the season, the light-hitting catcher, no home runs and 6 RBIs this season, but does a really nice job defensively for the Friars. Carpio takes the first pitch, in for a called strike from Savion Sims, who's settling in here in the second inning. 1-0 the advantage for visiting Bishop Lynch. Friars have given Prestonwood a lot of trouble this season. 0-1, another fastball, a little bit higher in the zone. Paints the outside part of the plate again. It's 0-2. Justin McFadden's team wants to make Sims work. He has about an 80-pitch limit at this point in his career. The 0-2 is outside, and at this point in the season, of course, you know, if games get bigger, you could see Sims getting stretched out a bit from there, but that's the plan, about 80 pitches a night. Does that get him through 4, 5, an entire game? Well, that remains to be seen, but they did make Sims throw 26 pitches in the opening inning. Here's the 1-2. And the breaking pitch stays low. Carpio able to lay off of it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Herman, who was hit by a pitch and came around to score, is on deck. Kick in the 2-2 pitch from Sims. Oh yeah, called strike 3, right down the heart. Carpio takes a called strike 3 on that fastball. And 2 up, 2 down, all backwards Ks so far. And it brings up Noah Herman after Savion Sims strikes out his 3rd of the game and 68th this season, doing so in a little over 35 innings of work this year. Almost 2 strikeouts an inning this season for Savion Sims. First pitch to Noah Herman, the leadoff hitter, is outside for ball 1. Herman was hit by a 2-2 fastball in the bat, came around to score on the RBI double by Will McGinnis. 1-0 pitch, in for a called strike. Pitch that sails in underneath the hands of Herman. And he backs away, talks to our home plate umpire about that call. Here's the 1-1. And breaking pitch is spoiled, foul by Herman. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Sims working with a lot of purpose after getting touched up for a run in the top of the first inning. Top of the second right now, and a 1-0 advantage for Bishop Lynch in this final of the 4-game series between the two in district play this season. 1-2 is down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Sims tried to get him with the breaking pitch. As per normal, many scouts in attendance setting up right behind home plate to get a look at Savion Sims. A live arm. Here's the 2-2. Fastball in there for a called strike 3, and it's only the 4th time this season that Noah Herman has struck out. So 1, 2, 3 go the Friars, all on strikeouts looking. 1.5 in the books. It's 1-0 Bishop Lynch on Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
It's not about fixing air conditioners. It's not about the thousands of hours spent training. It's about homeowners resting easy, knowing they can trust us in their homes. It's about keeping a family cool and comfortable in the dead of summer. At Milestone, it's more than just a job. It is and always will be how we help people.
Skies starting to clear even more here in Plano. Welcome back in. 1-0 the advantage for Bishop Lynch on Prestonwood in this district matchup on a Tuesday night, a warm one here in April. Over the weekend, taking a look at the forecast, thought we might see some showers today, but looks like the threat of showers and storms is going to stay off to our west pretty much the remainder of the night. And if we do get any rain, it would be early tomorrow. Some scattered showers coming in, but nothing to threaten this evening's action at Prestonwood. 1-0 advantage for Bishop Lynch, bottom of the second. And after Prestonwood went down in order against Jake Bassick on 3 groundouts, Bassick faces the middle of the order, including Aiden Moffitt from the left side. Moffitt takes the first pitch, in for a called strike. Moffitt has hit Bishop Lynch really well this season with multiple extra base hits. 0-1 pitch, and that is lined into right field for a base hit. Aiden Moffitt jumping on that pitch right down the heart of the plate and hitting a rocket into right. Moffitt is on base with the leadoff single. First hit of the game for Prestonwood. And Riggs Huggins is up from the left side. Huggins taking a little jump in the lineup up to the 5-hole today. Sophomore designated hitter had been playing a lot of left field with Lash Henderson out of the lineup. But now with Henderson back in center field, that's pushed the outfield around and Huggins into the DH role. Made the team even deeper. It's forced Chance Kidd back to the bench after he had been so hot. The Kidd, of course, available to DH as a right-handed bat as this game goes on. But righty against lefty here. Bassick forces Huggins into a foul tap. 0-1. Huggins .451 to lead the team this season. It's a total of 9 extra base hits, 6 doubles this year. Leads the team with 24 walks as well. Gets on a ton. 2 for 3 with a walk and 2 RBIs. Reached base 3 times on Friday on the road against Bishop Lynch. Aiden Moffitt is on with the leadoff single at first base. Short lead. Bassick comes home 0-1, and it's down low. 1 ball and 1 strike to Huggins. Huggins, the sophomore, has had an outstanding year. One of the top young bats in this program. The heir apparent to Valade, most likely at first base. Obviously, he's shown he can play the corner outfield as well. Takes a ton of pitches. Coach Valade says maybe too many because he makes awesome contact. 1-1 pitch. Outside and high. 2 balls and a strike to Riggs. Quick throw over to first base. And Moffitt is back in sliding. Nice game by Huggins last time out with the double. And 3 runs batted in. Has the hitter's count, 2-1. That's in for a called strike. Huggins taking a off-speed pitch from Jake Bassick. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Bassick trying to hold on to this lead against this powerful Prestonwood lineup at the bottom of the second inning. Here's the 2-2. Pitch is skied foul down the third base side. Bennett Schroeder goes over to pick it up after it goes off the netting. Schroeder playing well off the line, even with the bag at third. He's a good 2 steps and a backhand off the line. Double play depth up the middle. Outfield straight away as the wind blows in. Huggins waiting too long, and as the wind kicks up, he calls time and steps out in his first at bat against Jake Bassick today. Moffitt on with the single to lead off. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and that's ripped in the air to left center field, falling fast, and it's down for a base hit. There's the solid contact that James Valade was talking about. Huggins hits a hanging pitch into the left center field gap for a single. Moffitt moves on to second base. There are 2 on and nobody out for Max Bachman after the back-to-back singles. And again, we're expecting this to be more of a bullpen type game for Justin McFadden. Not sure how much Lee Bassick or any pitcher will get today. But right now, the infield playing in at the corners, especially at first, protecting for a bunt. Bachman shows it and watches it low and away from Jake Bassick. It's 1-0. So the first baseman, McGinnis, playing at Little League depth down the first base line. And even with the bag over at third is Schroeder. It's the 1-0. Again, Bachman shows bunt. This time takes the pitch a little bit low. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. It's about as tightly as I've seen high school first baseman play. Looks like Will McGinnis is doing everything he can to get a lead runner here if the bunt comes to him. Bunt pushed up the first base side, and it is foul. So really hugging that line. Nice job by Bachman not to bunt it too hard and right at McGinnis, but really forced Cam Carpio to pick it up, but Carpio wasn't able to pick it up until it was already in foul territory. Makes it 2-1. So Bachman trying to move the runners along. 257 hitter this season. Has Moffitt running down at second base and Huggins at first. And Bassick wheels around and takes a look back at second. Everybody back in. The catcher, Banuelos, is on deck. Nobody out in the bottom of the second for Prestonwood. 1-0 lead for Bishop Lynch. It's the 2-1 pitch. Bunt shown again. Pops straight back, and that reaches the netting. So now 2-2 to Max Bachman. Bachman with 2 sacrifices of the 6th this season for PCA. Now with the 2 strikes, McGinnis takes a couple steps back at first base. See if Bachman's going to swing away at 2-2. Now he shows bunt, and he pops it up in the air, and it is caught easily by Cam Carpio to get the out. So a pop foul bunt to the catcher means there's 1 down, and here's Cruz Banuelos. So Bachman not able to get the bunt down and get his guys in scoring position, and now Banuelos comes up from the right side. And Bishop Lynch knows that Lash Henderson is up next with his big power. They're thinking Prestonwood may try to bunt again, but the first pitch is inside to Banuelos for ball 1. With 2 on and 1 out. Bassick steps off. So Banuelos up from the right side. Had a hit and 2 RBIs on Friday in the 12-5 win over Bishop Lynch. 308 on the season, 15 runs batted in, 4 doubles as well for Cruz. Bassick looks back at second base and comes home. And the pitch is ripped down the left field line, and that is in for a base hit. Big turn from Moffitt, and he comes in to tie the game on the RBI single by Cruz Banuelos. It's Prestonwood 1, Bishop Lynch 1. Now that's RBI number 16 on the season for Banuelos, and now here's the very dangerous Lash Henderson, the junior center fielder. He's been out for a while with a wrist hand injury, but back in the lineup now. Had a solo bomb against Bishop Lynch on Friday. Now looking for more at home. As Henderson, making his first start at home since coming back into the lineup, takes one outside for ball one. Henderson with that huge power profile from the right side. If he makes contact, it's more often than not a rocket. Pitch to Henderson, trying to stay out of his wheelhouse. Fastball away from Bassick and on the outside corner for a called strike, 1-1. Aiden Moffitt led it off with a rip single into right. Riggs Huggins followed with a single into left center to make it first and second. Bachman popped up trying to bunt. And then Banuelos has the RBI single down the left field line to make it 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and the curveball is popped up, foul, first base side, out of play. 1-2. Henderson, in addition to his solo shot, has 2 doubles on the season. Bassick with a long look in. Now he's ready to go with 2 on and 1 out. The 1-2 pitch to Henderson. Fastball down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Henderson also with 9 walks this season and 12 strikeouts in the limited profile. Henderson with 25 official at-bats this season and 5 hits. Pitches swung on and missed. Strike 3. Nice job of pitching by Bassick. As Henderson waves and misses, the first strikeout victim of Jake Bassick. And it's a big one. There are 2 down for Quinn Majewski, who tried to continue the bottom of the second inning. 1 run on 3 hits already home for Prestonwood here in the bottom of 2. Huggins at second, Banuelos at first, and Majewski batting from the left side, facing Bassick for the first time, and Majewski takes called strike. Majewski, .354 hitter. He's driven in 18 this season. 3 doubles and a triple. He was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored on Friday at Bishop Lynch. Bassick, a couple looks back at second, and Majewski steps out. Outfield playing shallow as the wind powers in. The 0-1 pitch. And that's a little bit low to Majewski, making it 1 ball and 1 strike. Majewski, the first time the 2 teams matched up, went 1 for 4 with a bunt single and a run scored. Part of the 3-2 victory in 8 innings for Prestonwood. Count still 1-1 as Bassick brings it home. And this one is on the inside part of the plate. Majewski thought that was running inside, but it hits the inside corner. 1-2 to Quinn. Go-ahead run is at second base. That's Huggins, and Banuelos still at first. He had the RBI single earlier this inning. It's the 1-2 from Bassick, and that's hit in the air down the right field line, and that hits the white. It's down for extra bases. 1 run is home in Huggins. Banuelos churning around, and as the throw comes in, he slides in safe. A 2-run triple by Quinn Majewski going down the right field line. That ball fair by about 6 or 7 inches. And Quinn Majewski's second triple of the season puts Prestonwood up 3-1. RBIs number 19 and 20 on the year. As that one was hit right down the line and buried itself in foul territory in the corner. And by the time Carpenter turned it, Banuelos was able to motor home all the way from first base, and Majewski, who has excellent speed, came home to score. First pitch to Niffen, outside for ball one. Fourth hit of the inning as Prestonwood has their first lead of the night. Another pitch outside to Niffen. Niffen bounced out 1-4-3 off the feet of Bassick back in the first inning. Has a runner at third and two down. Here's the 2-0 pitch. That's hit right back up the box. Into center field for a single. Majewski trots in to score and makes it 4-1 Prestonwood. So that's 5 hits in the last 7 batters for Prestonwood. The Lions are seeing the ball really well right now. 5 hits in the inning. And Majewski with two out RBIs. Niffen with a 2-out RBI. Now Jake Felsman, who bounced out back to the pitcher in the first inning. Bats for the second time. First pitch, runner goes. Throw down to second base is a pretty good throw, but he is out on the play. And a little bit of a late call, but they're going to get the benefit of the doubt as Herman applies the tag in time, and Junior Niffen is out for only the 3rd time trying to steal this season. Stolen base, or the caught stealing, I should say, goes 2-4. But still 4 runs come home to score on 5 hits. No errors and nobody left on base. And here in Plano, after 2 complete, it's Prestonwood 4, Bishop Lynch 1 on PCA Lions baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
Savion Sims back on the mound for the top of the 3rd inning with some cushion after a 4-run. Bottom of the 2nd inning for Prestonwood. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Lions. An RBI single by Cruz Banuelos. A 2-run triple from Quinn Majewski. And an RBI single by Junior Niffen before the inning wrapped up as he was caught stealing 2-4. So for Bishop Lynch, they're in their first hole of the game after getting up 1-0 in the top of the first inning. Here in the top of the 3rd, it's Elliott Brown, Jake Bassick, and Will McGinnis to face Savion Sims, who has struck out the last 4 Friars, all looking. And Elliott Brown from the right side showing bunt, takes it outside and low for ball 1. Brown produced a sacrifice bunt in the first to push Noah Herman onto second base. Herman would eventually score on the RBI double by Will McGinnis. 1-0 from Sims. That runs way inside. 2 balls and no strikes from Sims, who struggled in the first inning, hitting at 3 batters and giving up a double before settling down over the last 4 batters he's faced. 2-0 pitch. And Sims on the fastball, not able to pump it in. Looked like it was over the plate, but just a little low. 3-0 to Elliott Brown. Sims comes home. And again, outside for ball 4, so Brown works the walk. And the first walk given up in the last 3 starts for Savion Sims. And you have to go back over the last 13 innings. He hadn't issued a walk. During that time, 21 strikeouts and no walks for Sims. So that little string comes to an end as Elliott Brown takes the 4-pitch walk and he's on at first with good speed. Stole a base last week, his first of the year, and Jake Bassick takes a first pitch strike. Bassick bounced out 1-for-3 in the first inning, moving Noah Herman onto third base on his bouncer to the right side of the infield. Bassick hitting .358 on the season. Righty to righty, Sims comes home, bunt shown. Bassick pulls the bat back, takes a ball. Friars need to take advantage of every base runner they get against the electric Savion Sims. Sims, the transfer from Edmond Santa Fe in Oklahoma. Runner goes. The pitch is bunted foul as Bassick was not able to handle that pitch. 1-2. Brown looked like he was going for a straight steal there, and he had a really good jump. Bassick went ahead and offered at it, so it's just going to be 1-2 now. Sims brings it, and the pitch is just a little outside as Sims was looking for his 5th strikeout of the game, all looking, but instead it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Elliott Brown leading off with a walk. He's at first. And the pitch, low and inside. Bassick takes it nicely. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runner goes, payoff pitch, check swing, goes, throw down to second base is not in time as it bounced in, but Bassick is out on the strikeout, and Elliott Brown gets the steal of second base. So there's one down and a runner in scoring position. So it works as well as a sacrifice bunt as Brown steals his second base of the season. Brown, who was just a call-up from supposed to be their starting left fielder coming into the season, has been injured most of the year. Made his first start against Prestonwood in right field, and good to see him out there. Will McGinnis coming up now, and Sims throws back to second base. It actually hits Elliott Brown and bounces away. Takes a fortunate carom to Max Bachman, who was there at short. So McGinnis, who doubled down the right field line, going with a Savion Sims 0-1 pitch, and scored Noah Herman back in the first, is up for the second time. Turns on this one and bounces it foul into the third base dugout, which is occupied by Bishop Lynch tonight. 0-1. So Brown with good speed and scoring position for Bishop Lynch here in the top of the third. 1 down, 4-1 is the advantage for the Prestonwood Lions, looking to sweep Bishop Lynch this season. Savion Sims kicks and deals. The breaking pitch is just a little low. 1-1. Sims gets the sign he wants. Comes home 1-1. Big overhand breaking pitch, waved at and missed. 1-2 as Will McGinnis misses on that one. Sims from the belt. And he looks Elliott Brown back into second base. Outfield playing Will McGinnis to be late and go the other way. Sims looks back at second, 1-2, outside and low, and blocked on the backhand in the turf by Cruz Banuelos. 2 balls and 2 strikes. McGinnis able to come up with that RBI double down the right field line in the first inning. He's got a runner in scoring position here. 2-2 from Sims, and the fastball is smoked back up the middle, but it is caught by Bachman sliding down at short on the liner, and with Elliott Brown leaning off second base, it's an easy double play as Bachman feeds Felsman at second. The line out DP goes 6-4 to end the inning. No runs on a leadoff walk. No errors, nobody left on base. 2.5 in the books. It's Prestonwood 4, Bishop Lynch 1 on Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? Hi, I'm Dr. Colby King with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than... The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
Welcome back into Prestonwood Baseball. Bottom of the third inning in Plano. It's 4-1. The Lions leading on Bishop Lynch. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors so far for Bishop Lynch in this one. They've left 3 on base. It's 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and nobody left on for Prestonwood. And the first pitch to Jake Felsman is in for a called strike from Jake Bassick, who's starting his 3rd inning of work. Felsman was left at the plate as Junior Niffen was thrown out trying to steal second base. Pitch is a called strike, making it 0-2. Felsman bouncing back to Bassick in the first inning. It's the 0-2 to Felsman inside, and Felsman turns away. Doesn't quite graze his shirt sleeve. It'll be 1-2 to the senior second baseman. Bassick working quickly with the bases empty, and the curveball is lined into left field, but Elliott Brown has it played shallowly, and Felsman is allowed out on the liner to left field. 1 up, 1 down. Bottom of the third inning, 4-1 is the lead for Prestonwood on Bishop Lynch. Trent Valade up from the left side. Valade bounced out to short his first time up. Valade comes up from the left side. 2 hits in his last game. The coach's son takes a called strike across the outer half from Jake Bassick. Kicking the pitch. And Bassick leaves it a little bit low, I believe. Didn't seem to be inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Trent Valade. Aiden Moffitt's on deck. You're in the bottom of 3. Bassick trying to go as long as he can getting this start today. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That is rolled over, tapped towards second base. Charging for it is Herman, and the all-star second baseman makes the play on to first. Valade's bounced out twice. That brings up Aiden Moffitt with 2 out and nobody on. Moffitt ripped a pitch down the right field line for a single in the second inning. So far for Bassick, 46 pitches, 18 balls, 28 strikes. Moffitt with that average over 350. Power hitting lefty. Watches it in low. Ball 1. Moffitt reaching base twice on Friday with a hit and a walk. He's had a hit in all 4 games against Bishop Lynch this season. And on this 1-0 pitch, he skies it down the left field line into foul territory, and ranging up against the wall, Elliott Brown able to make the catch in very short space down that left field side up against the black chain link fence to get the out. And so Bassick gets Prestonwood to go 1-2-3 in the third inning. 3 in the books here in Plano. It's Prestonwood 4, Bishop Lynch 1 on PCA Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Hey there, Lion Nation. I'm Rudy Casanova, owner and president of Global Strategic Business Process Outsource Solutions. In athletics, teamwork is everything. Each player has a role, and when they come together, they achieve greatness. At Global Strategic, we believe the same principle applies to the workplace. When the right people come together, your business thrives. Let Global Strategic help you build a winning team at work. Visit www.globalstrategic.com for more information and schedule some time with me or one of my team. The Casanova family and Global Strategic are proud supporters of the PCA Athletic Program. Go Lions!
Are you injured or in pain and not sure what to do? Schedule a complimentary injury screening and talk to our physical therapists at Vista PT to see if physical therapy is right for you. No prescription or referral is needed.
Welcome back into the Graham. Top of the fourth inning. 4-1 is the lead for the homestanding Prestonwood Lions, leading the district at 6-1 coming in. District standings have Prestonwood out front, and then 2.5 games back, LCA. They are 3 back in the loss column. And so if Prestonwood were to pick up the win today to go to 7-1, they would have that full 3-game lead on LCA, 3 games to go for Prestonwood. Bishop Lynch comes in at 3-5 in third place, and John Paul II at 2-5 in fourth place. Jack Carpenter, Julian Alcala, and Hayes Bonds to face Savion Sims. And Sims brings his first pitch, a fastball, a rocket low and away. Gets to the backstop for ball 1. Jack Carpenter was hit by a pitch in the first inning, stranded at second. 1-0, fastball in for a called strike. So always watching the pitch count with Sims, 56 pitches now. His limit is about 80. Not out of the possibility to get through 5 if he gets on his horse. Wave and a miss on the 1-1 pitch. It's 1-2 now to Jack Carpenter. Sims rocks and deals. Curveball, or an off speed, I should say, in there for a called strike on his slider. And Sims has frozen Bishop Lynch batters over and over again. Of his 6 strikeouts, 5 of them have been looking, including Carpenter going down on strikes there. So there's 1 down for Julian Alcala. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. This time he goes the other way into right field, but charging on hard for it and making the throw to first base is Majewski, but it gets away from Valade. It looks like Alcala had beaten it out anyway. And it's nearly a play over there at first, but it is a single for Julian Alcala, taking the first pitch he sees and going the other way for a 1-out single. So Alcala on, Hayes Bonds up from the right side. Second hit given up by Savion Sims in the game, and only the 12th hit he's surrendered this season in 37 innings pitched. Hayes Bonds struck out looking his first time up on a 3-2 pitch and takes a first pitch here for a called strike. So 6 strikeouts for Sims tonight. 5 of them have been looking. This game an hour old in Plano. No balls and a strike. 1 down and a runner at first here in the top of the 4th for Bishop Lynch, trailing 4-1. Punt shown. It's bunted foul by Hayes Bonds. It'll be 0-2. Parks Belknap on deck. Bishop Lynch playing at Rockwell Heath on Saturday, losing 5-2. A little non-district action. They'll also play a non-district game on Saturday against Irving MacArthur at home at 10 a.m. right after playing JP2 on Friday night. 0-2 pitch, and that's a little outside. Snap throw back to first, and the sweep tag by Valade a little late. Alcala's back in. The pitch was a ball. 1-2. Started out district play. Did the Friars with a 3-0 win over Legacy. Then lost 3-2 to Prestonwood in 8 innings here in Plano. Sims with the long hold, and Bond steps out, calls time. After that extra inning loss, they gave PCA another good game the Friday after, losing 9-6. Got back in the win column with a victory over JP2 to make it 2-2 in district play after a 3-1 win. Runner goes, 1-2 pitch, in for a called strike 3, throw down to second base, strike him out, and throw him out. As Alcala is out, 2-6 on the play. So Savion Sims faces the minimum that half inning. No runs on a hit and no errors, nobody left on. 3.5 in the books in Plano. The score, Prestonwood 4, Bishop Lynch 1. This is Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
With friendly and knowledgeable dealers who install long-lasting and reliable systems, you can trust Comfort Maker to keep you a step ahead with advanced technology and exceptional comfort.
Welcome back in. John Little with you, and we were advertising a more of a bullpen type game for Bishop Lynch today. So far, that has not been the case. You know, 2 of the 3 innings, Justin McFadden has gotten some very economical work out of Jake Bassick. And if not for some big 2-out hits in the second inning for Prestonwood, this game would be 1-1 right now. Prestonwood did strike for 4 in the bottom of the second inning. As we go to the bottom of the 4th, Bassick back on the mound. He's at 49 pitches. He's given up 4 runs on 5 hits. Touched up all in that second inning. But the other 2 innings, the first and the third, he got Prestonwood in order and also facing the top 4 in the order during those innings. So it hasn't been the guys at the top of the order doing the lion's share of the work for Prestonwood tonight. 4-1 the advantage for the Lions over Bishop Lynch. And Riggs Huggins, the sophomore designated hitter, leads it off. He had a single to left center on a 2-2 pitch in the second inning. Came around to score on the triple as the first pitch swinging here. He bounces it on 2 skips down to second baseman Noah Herman. Herman sidearms it to first. There's 1 down. And Bassick has retired 4 in a row. Brings up Max Bachman. Bachman trying to lay down a bunt with 2 on in the second inning. Eventually popped out foul to Cam Carpio, the catcher, and wasn't able to move the runners along. So Bachman, with the bases empty and 1 down, goes down the line and stands in the Prestonwood Lion logo to talk to his head coach, James Valade, about this at bat and what to look for against Jake Bassick. Bassick had some great numbers last year. Never an overpowering pitcher. And again, he shows bunt, does Bachman, but pulls the bat back. Takes 1 for a ball. His numbers last year were outstanding. 5-0 with a save. 2.84 ERA. Pitch is fouled back by Bachman, 1-1. This year he has not quite been able to be as effective. More of a bullpen arm for Bishop Lynch. 2-2 with a 7.15 ERA coming in and 1 save. 1-1 pitch, curveball, bounces in. Both of his losses this season, he's been victimized by this Prestonwood team. And evidently that ball bounced into Bachman. He tried to check his swing, but it hit the bat. It's 1-2. Pitch is lined in the air to right center field and down for a base hit. Bachman takes a big turn, motoring towards second. Throw is right there on the bag, and he is out. Trying to test Jack Carpenter, but Carpenter makes an accurate throw into second base. And so the out goes 7-4 on the outfield assist, and there are 2 down. As Bachman got the hit, but trying to stretch it into 2, he gets gunned down. Here's Cruz Manuelos. He comes up from the right side, had the game-tying RBI single in the second inning. First pitch, breaking ball inside to Banuelos. Some good defensive plays made in this game. A couple double plays, one on either side in this one. There's an outfield assist. The 1-0 is lifted into the air to right center field. This is going to be a long run, but ranging into the gap is Carpenter. The wind knocks it down on this south wind evening. No runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on as Bassick faces the minimum in the bottom of the fourth. 4 in the books. It's 4-1 at Prestonwood. This is PCA Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
It's not about fixing air conditioners. It's not about the thousands of hours spent training. It's about homeowners resting easy, knowing they can trust us in their homes. It's about keeping a family cool and comfortable in the dead of summer. At Milestone, it's more than just a job. It is and always will be how we help people.
Cruising along to the top of the 5th inning. And Prestonwood leading Bishop Lynch 4-1. Scoring for Bishop Lynch coming in the first inning. And all 4 runs for Prestonwood coming in the bottom of 2. Neither team has been able to do any damage or really threaten at all in any of their scoreless innings. And Savion Sims worked a 9-pitch 4th inning, so he's up to 63 pitches. And he gets a similar type effort. Might think about bringing him out for the 6th, but we'll see. Parks Belknap will come up from the right side for Bishop Lynch, the designated hitter, who is also a top pitcher for the Friars this season. Had a complete game, 7-inning shutout in the district opener this season against Legacy. Struck out looking against Sims the first time back in the 2nd inning. Takes this first pitch low for ball 1. Sims, a little rocky start as he hit 3 batters in the first inning, and that turned into a run. He's given up a run on 2 hits. 1-0 pitch is lined into right field. It's the 3rd hit so far. Reaching it quickly, and the throw to first base. It's in time. Quinn Majewski able to quickly get up to it and throw it to Valade at first, and Parks Belknap, who runs fairly well, could not beat it out. Now, it was a bang-bang play. We don't have replay. Belknap's going to be out unless, for some reason, this challenge here by Justin McFadden, which just involves a walk out to the bases umpire to talk about it, means that things, get turned around. The 2 umpires will come together here and see if they had anything different on the play, but obviously the home plate umpire is 90 feet away from the play. I will say this about the bases umpire. He was trying to get back toward the infield and whip his body around, turn and look at the play as the throw came in. And it would have been tough to look at. And they're going to go ahead and go with the call. And the out at first base. So Parks Belknap bounces out 9-3 on the play. The very rare out in that variety, but Majewski playing way in right field is able to reach it quickly. They nearly got Alcala on a similar play, but this time Belknap is out. I got to be honest, I thought at first glance he was safe, but that is not the call, and Prestonwood gets the benefit of the doubt. It'll be interesting to go back on the replay and see if we had a better look at that one as Cam Carpio takes one for a called strike. Carpio, the catcher, struck out looking in the second inning. Now here in the top of the fifth. Base is empty and one down. He takes the breaking pitch for a called strike. 0-2. So Sims up to 67 pitches now. Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. And holding at the belt. Time is called by Cam Carpio. Here's the 0-2. And the slider stays inside. 1-2 to Carpio. Noah Herman's on deck. Here's the 1-2 pitch from the soon-to-be All-Stater Sims. The fastball outside, 2-2. Sims in his time in Oklahoma had a couple perfect games to his credit for Edmond Santa Fe. Helped them win a state championship at the Oklahoma level. 2-0-2 pitch. Down low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. In Oklahoma, there's no equivalent to TAPS. All of the private schools play with the public schools. Edmond Santa Fe is a public school, however. 3-2. Foul tapped at the plate. Still 3-2 to Cam Carpio, who's hanging around. A lot of times, though, in Oklahoma, those, unlike, say, Jesuit, who plays in the UIL and does so at the top level, those Oklahoma teams, those private schools don't normally show up at, you know, the 6A level in Oklahoma. They're normally 3A, 2A, 3A, 4A schools. They're normally on the smaller side. Sims rocks and deals the payoff pitch. A high tapper, and Sims able to track it down. Underhand flip to first. Carpio's a tough out, but an out nonetheless, and there are 2 down after a couple bounce outs for Noah Herman. So Bishop Lynch thought they had their 3rd hit of the game against Savion Sims, but that would be singled straight to the right fielder, Majewski. And he was able to throw out Belknap at first base. Belknap runs well. 7 stolen bases on the season. Quite a shocking moment there. Prestonwood able to keep the bases clean, and this 4-1 advantage. First pitch to Noah Herman outside for ball 1. He was hit by a 2-2 fastball in the first inning, came around to score the game's only run for the Friars, struck out looking on a 2-2 pitch in the second. The 1-0 pitch, and that's lined back up the box into center field for a base hit. Lash Henderson won't be able to throw out Noah Herman from there. And it's the 3rd hit of the game for Bishop Lynch. First for Herman. He also had 2 hits in the game and reached base 4 times on Friday against Prestonwood. Brings up Elliott Brown. Brown getting healthy and having a productive game today. The sacrifice bunt and a walk as well, plus a stolen base. He's on base up near 500 this season, though he only has 1 hit. Now up to 18 plate appearances. Takes a first pitch strike. Jake Bassick is on deck. He'd love to be the tying run. It's the 0-1 is inside, and it's the fourth hit batter by Savion Sims, a slider that does not come out over the plate. And the other pitcher, Jake Bassick, has an opportunity here to bat as the potential tying run. Noah Herman down to second. Elliott Brown at first thanks to the hit by pitch. And Bassick comes up from the right side with a chance to help his cause. Bassick bounced out. 1-4-3 in the first. In the third, struck out swinging. He's the only strikeout swinging victim today for Sims. The other 6 have all been looking. Key at bat here with 2 down and 2 on. And the first pitch, a fastball over the outside part of the plate for a called strike. For Bassick, it was only the 4th time all season that he had struck out. Sims is a different type of pitcher. This one low and away on the wild pitch. An easy move up for Herman, who scoots to third, and Brown, who scampers to second. Now one swing can make it a 1-run game. Sims leads the team in wild pitches. That's his 7th of the year. So here's the 1-1 to Bassick with 2 in scoring position. Swings and fouls it straight back. Kind of tips it off the end of the bat. It's 1-2. Dangerous Will McGinnis is on deck. First base is open. 1-2 with 2 down. Sims holding at the waist. Nods in agreement, brings it home, and the pitch is fouled off the first base side as Bassick stays alive. Stays 1-2. So Sims giving up that 2-out single, then a 2-out hit by pitch, and now those runners are at second and third with a chance to make things a lot closer if Bassick can make solid contact. Time called by Bassick before Sims brings it in. A big pitch here in the top of the 5th. Sims rocks and deals. It's off the end of the bat, right back to Sims, who loses his hat and is able to underhand scoop to first base to end the inning. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left on for Bishop Lynch. And the score stays the same. Going to the bottom of the 5th inning. Prestonwood Christian Academy 4, Bishop Lynch 1. This is Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
You gotta dip your chicken strips. Hey, this is Kiani.
And this is Tabitha.
And a little thing we love about Chick-fil-A chicken strips
is all the different sauces we can dip them in. I like to line up all my favorite sauces so that in every bite, I have a different flavor. Then, with the tenderness of the chicken, the juiciness of it, it's all there.
And for me, I like to mix my sauces so I get a little tang and I get a little sweetness all in one bite. That's just a recipe for a good time, you know?
That's what makes it for me. Like, that's what does it for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Well, big survival inning there for Savion Sims. Sims has not been perfect in this game by any stretch, but he has kept the Friars off balance, giving up a run on 3 hits and working around those 4 hit batters in the game, walking only 1 and striking out 7. He's up to 81 pitches. That's likely it for Savion. We will see as we go to the 6th inning. But here in the bottom of the 5th, Jake Bassick is still out there for Bishop Lynch, and you have to tip the cap to the way that Bassick has done a great job of sticking in there and really not having a inning where he has struggled with command at all. In fact, he hasn't walked a batter as of yet. And for Bassick, he has scattered 6 hits. Problem was that 5 of them came in more of a bunch in the second inning. And that cluster of hits produced a 4-run inning, 3 of them with 2 outs, and that's the difference in the game. 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Lash Henderson up from the right side. He'll be followed by Quinn Majewski and Junior Niffen. Henderson struck out swinging, the only strikeout victim for Jake Bassick of the game back in the second inning. First pitch was outside. The 1-0 is tapped on the ground down to second. Little 2 bouncer, and Herman gets another chance. Herman makes the throw over to first. 1 down for Quinn Majewski. So Henderson's 0 for 2. Majewski had the big hit of this game. The 2-run triple down the right field line to help advance the lead. And came around to score on the RBI single by Niffen. Second at bat of the game. He takes it for a first pitch strike from Bassick. Majewski with RBIs, number 19 and 20, and his second triple of the season, the 1-0, or the 0-1, I should say. It's fouled off, 0-2. Fouled into the glove of Carpio. No balls and 2 strikes with an out here in the bottom of 5. Bassick comes home, and it's popped up. Shallow center, Hayes Bonds drifting all the way through the Lions logo and back into the green turf to make the out. There are 2 down after the pop fly for Junior Niffen. Niffen bounced out 1-4-3 in the first and then singled in the second to score Majewski, but was caught stealing 2-4 to end the second. So his third at bat coming here in the 5th inning, trying to get something started with 2 down. First pitch is a fastball in for a called strike from Bassick. Bassick was at 56 pitches through 4 innings. That's pitch number 61. 1 run on 3 hits, no errors for Bishop Lynch. It's the 0-1 is tapped foul, first base side, and continues into foul territory toward the Prestonwood dugout. 0-2 now. Bishop Lynch in the game has left 5 on base. For Prestonwood, 4 runs on 6 hits, no errors, and they haven't left anybody on base. With 2 down, here's the 0-2 from Bassick. Fouled off. And Bassick, all things considered, having one of his best starts of the season. His 2 losses this season against his ledger have come against Prestonwood. The Lions trying to force him to 2-3 on the season and certainly have him in that spot, but he's been a bulldog on the mound for the most part. So the 0-2 is outside and high from Jake Bassick, 1-2. If Niffen can reach, Jake Felsman is on deck. Here in the bottom of 5. The 1-2, and the curveball is tapped back up the middle. Off the mound, out in front of it, Bassick waits on the short hop and fires on to first base for the out. The second time he's got Niffen to bounce back to him for an out. And Prestonwood goes 1-2-3 in the 5th inning. 5 in the books. It is 4-1 Prestonwood. PCA Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
With Fast Signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Is pain, stiffness, or discomfort keeping you from feeling your best? Hi, I'm Dr. Colby King with Freeform Chiropractic, where we help you move free, feel free, and live free. If pain or stiffness is holding you back, it's time to take control. Visit Freeform Chiropractic for a consultation. Let's create your game plan to move, feel, and live free.
Well, the night is done for Savion Sims. We thought that would be the case with his 81 pitches. That is normally right at his limit. He's in line for the win, going 5 innings, giving up an earned run on 3 hits, striking out 7, and Sims walking 1 as well. He also hit 4 batters, rather uncharacteristically tonight. And he gives way to Austin Smith in a 4-1 game here in the top of the 6th inning, a potential save situation for Smith. And if you tuned in before the game, James Valade talking about how happy he was to have Austin Smith, 5'10", 180-pound right-handed pitcher, back in the lineup, coming back off of injury. And Austin with a fastball in the low 90s, a change and a curve, headed to Howard Junior College. Had a save earlier this season against Bishop Lynch on the 20th of March, that 9-6 win. So Smith, first pitch, wave and a miss by Will McGinnis on a breaking ball. It's 0-1. McGinnis with an RBI double down the right field line in the first inning to put Bishop Lynch in front 1-0, and he lined out 6-4 into a double play his second time up. Another big wave and a miss by McGinnis. 0-2. So it's McGinnis followed by Carpenter and Alcala this inning against Austin Smith for the first time. Smith kicks and deals. And a check swing roller down to short on the backhand. Bachman up with it. Strong throw to first, and it's in time. McGinnis is hoping for the call to go his way, but not able to leg it out. 1 down for Jack Carpenter. We play in the top of the 6th inning here in this district game between Prestonwood and Bishop Lynch. Prestonwood 6-1 in district action, leading the district by 2.5 games. Heading into the final 3 or 4 games of the season, depending on how many you've played so far in district action. The first pitch to Carpenter is a fastball right down the heart for a called strike. Carpenter hit by a pitch in the first and strikeout looking in the 4th inning. Smith comes home. It's tapped foul into the third base on deck circle. It's 0-2. Smith gave up a run in relief. Came on with a big lead on Friday. 0-2 pitch, fastball. He thought he had Carpenter looking, but just outside, 1-2. Smith started that confident walk off the mound. 1 down and a 1-2 count. Kicks and deals, and it's swung on and missed in the turf. But Banuelos up with it and makes the strong throw over to first base for the out. Strikeout swinging by Jack Carpenter, and there are 2 down for Julian Alcala. So Alcala was hit by a pitch in the first and singled in the 4th to right field, then was caught stealing 2-6. Want to strike him out, throw him out to end the 4th inning. First pitch here is up high for ball 1 to Alcala, the pitching ace for Bishop Lynch. 1-0, that's lined down the right field line, slicing away and foul. 1-1. So Alcala, it was his spot to get the start tonight, as he also started last Tuesday, but they decided to skip his start to give him an opportunity to pitch in 2 of the last 3 against some more manageable opponents. Here's the 1-1. Bounces in. 2-1 from Austin Smith. So if you're JP2, you should expect to see number 8 on the mound on Friday. And the same story with Legacy to close out the regular season the following Friday. 2-1 is outside and low to Alcala, 3-1. Smith rocks and deals. The pitch is fouled off. It's a full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down. Here on the top of the 6th, and a 4-1 lead for Prestonwood. Smith brings it home, and it's lined back up the box into center field for a base hit. A 2-for-2 day, and Alcala has reached base all 3 times. And with 2 down, comes up with the 4th hit of the game for Bishop Lynch. Here's Hayes Bonds. And Bishop Lynch will choose to go into the bench, and instead of Bonds, who had struck out looking twice in the game, it'll be a pinch hitter, 5'7", 185-pound freshman Gavin Davis. So Davis coming up and batting from the right side. Davis over the course of the season is 3 for 9. With 2 RBIs and a double this year. And the first pitch is in for a called strike. Davis with 6 quality at-bats in his 9 appearances this season. You got to love what Davis has brought, the freshman for Bishop Lynch, and getting a chance here in a big spot. 0-1 from Smith to Gavin Davis. Curveball stays high. 1-1. Davis was not called up until the last few weeks for Bishop Lynch, but has come up with some key district hits in his freshman season. This very young Friars team. Calls time and steps out. Meanwhile, Smith went ahead and threw over to first base anyway, even though there was time called at the plate. So McGinnis started out with a bouncer to short. Jack Carpenter struck out swinging. Alcala singled on a payoff pitch, and it's now 1-1 to Gavin Davis. The runner at first and 2 down. Here in the top of 6. Austin Smith comes home. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. 1-2. Davis, who's not tall anyway, swinging at one up around his eyes. Smith wearing the hat slightly canted toward his left ear. Runner goes, 1-2 is high, throw down to second base. That's skied into center field, but backed up by Henderson. And Alcala has the stolen base. He was caught stealing 2-6 to end the 4th inning, but here he steals his 6th base of the season in 8 attempts. He's in scoring position for Davis. A 2-2 count with 2 down in the top of 6. Austin Smith on in relief of Savion Sims. Gave up a run and 3 hits over 5. Pitch. Outside, 3-2. As Davis is able to hold off. Davis has not taken a walk yet this season. This is his 10th at bat. If he can reach, Parks Belknap is on deck. Pitch, rolled over foul. Third base side, and we'll do it again at 3-2 as both Alcala and Gavin Davis have come up with quality at bats against Austin Smith. 4-1. Prestonwood leads Bishop Lynch. All 4 of the runs coming in the bottom of the 2nd inning for the Lions tonight. Austin Smith, 3-2. Again, it's fouled off. Third base side as he works in a 6-out save situation. Prestonwood trying to make it to 7-1 in district play, and in their 23rd game overall this season. Bishop Lynch has already played 5 more games this season than Prestonwood has. The 3-2 is rolled foul again, this time first base side, and it will be time for the 9th pitch of the at-bat by Austin Smith to Gavin Davis. They're making Austin Smith work here. Smith making his 5th appearance of the year, and twirls and looks back at second. Coming into the matchup, 7 1/3 innings, giving up 8 runs, all earned on 11 hits, 5 strikeouts, 6 walks. No decisions, but 1 save. 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Gavin Davis gets him with a nasty curveball. 2 strikeouts in the inning. No runs on a hit, and a man left on base for Bishop Lynch. 5.5 are in the rearview mirror. It is 4-1 Prestonwood. This is Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
From orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
Well, Justin McFadden has to absolutely adore what he's gotten from Jake Bassick on this warm night. He's retired the last 9 Prestonwood Lions he's faced, basically. Max Bachman did have a single in there, but he was thrown out trying to stretch it into a double. And so Bassick has retired the order over the last 3 innings, the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th, facing the minimum each inning. And as we go to the bottom of the 6th, here in Plano, Prestonwood continues to lead Bishop Lynch 4-1, but it is that 1 inning that got to Bassick. Other than that, he's been very good. Jake Felsman leads off from the right side. He's 0 for 2 with a bounce out and a flyout. First pitch is in for a called strike from Bassick. Bassick economical in the 5th, only 10 pitches, 66 for the game coming into the inning, so that's number 67. 0-1. Curveball. It's in for a strike. Trent Valade on deck. Aiden Moffitt after that. For Prestonwood with a 4-1 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Looking for some insurance, as Austin Smith is on in relief of Savion Sims in a save situation. The 0-2 pitch stays high. 1-2. The home plate umpire has not given many high strikes in this game. That's been a very consistent part of his zone. Bassick comes home 1-2. Pitch is spoiled, foul by Felsman. Stay 1-2. Felsman hitless over the last 2. But back on the 31st of March, he had 2 hits and 3 runs against JP2. 1-2 is in for a called strike 3 to Felsman. He's the 2nd punch out of Bassick tonight. 4-1 at Prestonwood here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1 down and the base is empty for Trent Valade. Valade bounced out to short in the, and Bonds on his horse. He was playing Valade to pull into right center and had to run all the way diagonally toward the left field foul pole for that one to make the catch on the backhand. Valade tags it, but it's a long out. And 2 out for Aiden Moffitt. Moffitt's 1 for 2. The single and a foul out. First pitch in for a called strike. So good defense behind Jake Bassick in this one. No errors for either side. 0-1 pitch. That's watched in and inside. to Moffitt, 1-1. Again, the wind pumping in from straightaway center field, directly out of the south, 15-25. Really hasn't let up tonight. The 1-1 check swing, it was outside, and on appeal, he did not go. 2-1 to Aiden Moffitt. So Moffitt singled and scored the first run of the game. Back in the second, takes the 2-1. Another check swing, but this time it's in for a called strike, 2-2. And credit Bassick, really has pitched well. 2-2, down low. And it's now 3-2. With bases empty and 2 down, the bottom of 6. In the 7th inning, it's 8-9-1 due up for Bishop Lynch. Here's the payoff pitch to Moffitt. That's popped foul, left field side, back out of play. Bassick comes set, brings it home. It's rolled to the right side of the infield, picked up by the first baseman. McGinnis feeds Bassick, and he's not able to put his foot down on the bag before Moffitt crosses it for the infield single. So it was hit to a really tough spot, too slowly rolled for the second baseman Herman to wait on it. McGinnis had to come over and cut it off. Bassick got there, but it looked like he had trouble finding the bag and had to double stab with his right foot in order to put the foot down. And long talk by Coach McFadden here as he comes out to chat about the call. By the way, there's going to be a runner at first base for Prestonwood after McFadden has his say here. And umpire takes his book out of his front pocket, writes something down. By the way, the runner is going to be Vance Hernandez. Now the umpires come together. Haven't reversed a call today, but the body language makes me think it's at least a possibility. Nope, still going to be safe. So McFadden got his piece in and his point home. I think he was definitely listened to on the play, but it's ruled to be an infield single from Moffitt, his second hit. And again, it's not Moffitt running, but instead Vance Hernandez down at first base. Now there are still 2 down, and it breaks a string of 11 straight retired by Jake Bassick. So Hernandez runs at first, and Riggs Huggins, the best hitter by average on this Lions team, comes up from the left side. See if they run to try to get Hernandez in scoring position, but Hernandez staying put, and the first pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike. Huggins, 1 for 2 with a run scored. Scored the go-ahead run back in the second. And the 0-1 pitch is popped up left side. Should end the inning. Schroeder behind the bag at third, puts it away with 2 hands. No runs on a 2-out infield single, and 1 left on for Prestonwood. We go to the 7th inning. The score, Prestonwood 4, Bishop Lynch 1. This is PCA Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
With friendly and knowledgeable dealers who install long-lasting and reliable systems, you can trust Comfort Maker to keep you a step ahead with advanced technology and exceptional comfort.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website Aquaterra. Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate outdoor experience.
To the 7th we go in Plano with Prestonwood up on Bishop Lynch 4-1, looking to sweep the season series in district action. Prestonwood with 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors, 1 left on base, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors, and a total of 5 left on. Make it 6 left on, I should say, for Bishop Lynch. And Parks Belknap leads it off against Austin Smith, who is on in relief of Savion Sims, looking for the save. The fastball is in for a strike to make it 1-1. Parks Belknap is 0 for 2 with a strikeout looking in the second, and he was the man that bounced out to right field back in the 5th inning. 1-1 pitch hangs outside, 2-1 to Parks. Cam Carpio his spot in the order is on deck, but Luke Schlebach, a freshman, is going to bat for him. Austin Smith has the call he wants, brings it 2-1. Off-speed pitch, a little outside, 3-1 now to Belknap. As Belknap tries to get on with a leadoff walk. He's walked 13 times this season against 15 strikeouts. Smith, 3-1. Foul tipped into the glove of Cruz Banuelos. Squeezes it, it's 3-2. Smith worked around a 2-out single in the 6th inning. Here's the payoff pitch. Fastball, caught, strike 3. Belknap down on strikes, and 1 down here in the 7th inning. 4-1, Prestonwood in front here in the top of the 7th. And Luke Schlebach, the freshman, up from the right side. Schlebach is batting in place of Cam Carpio here. Schlebach has gotten a lot of at-bats this season. 7 hits in 28 at-bats for a .250 average. He also has 4 walks and has been hit by a pitch 3 times. First pitch from Smith. Up high to Schlebach. It is 1-0. Another pitch. This one in for a called strike as Smith works quickly. It's 1-1 to Schlebach. Schlebach. 1-1 pitch, up high and tight. He started the first game this season against Prestonwood and had a grinding 10-pitch at bat against Savion Sims. 2-1 pitch, bounce to the right side. Valade has it, reaching out to his left off of 2 bounces and takes it himself. And Prestonwood 1 out away after Schlebach bounces out. But the toughest out for the Friars is up in Noah Herman. Herman has reached base twice. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored. And he faces Austin Smith for the first time tonight with 2 down in the top of the 7th. First pitch fastball outside from Smith. Austin Smith looking to twirl his 2nd save of the season. Came on with a 4-1 lead in the 6th. 1-0 pitch, fouled back and off of the screen, back behind home plate. Bounces down toward the first base dugout to make it 1-1. Elliott Brown's on deck. Smith kicks and deals. Fastball up high, 2-1 now to Noah Herman. Here's the 2-1. One of only two seniors on this roster takes it down low. 3-1 now to Herman, who was second-team All-State second baseman a season ago and having an even better year this year with a 4.08 average. 3-1 pitch from Smith. That's hit in the air. Deep to left center field, but the wind's going to knock it down. Junior Niffen is there in left to put it away, and that ends the ball game. Final score, Prestonwood 4, Bishop Lynch 1. The Lions move to 7-1 in district play, and Bishop Lynch is 3-6. Back for the final totals and our Star of the Game interview in a moment. This is Prestonwood Baseball from Metro Sports Communications.
Hey there, Lion Nation. I'm Rudy Casanova, owner and president of Global Strategic Business Process Outsource Solutions. In athletics, teamwork is everything. Each player has a role, and when they come together, they achieve greatness. At Global Strategic, we believe the same principle applies to the workplace. When the right people come together, your business thrives. Let Global Strategic help you build a winning team at work. Visit www.globalstrategic.com for more information and schedule some time with me or one of my team. The Casanova family and Global Strategic are proud supporters of the PCA Athletic Program. Go Lions!
With fast signs, see the visual possibility in your business. See it in lights and flags, on a van, in metal, on the floor, in color. With signs and graphics, you can say anything, do anything, be anything. So make your statement. With Fast Signs, your masterful team of visual marketing experts, anything is possible. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Make your dream outdoor space a reality with Aquaterra Outdoors. From full-service design to construction for landscaping, pools, and outdoor structures, we offer everything you need for your ideal outdoor environment. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, Aquaterra Outdoors, elevating outdoor living to the next level. Contact us today at 214-387-8333 or visit our website aquaterraoutdoors.com and start your journey to the ultimate outdoor experience.
4-1 the final score here at Prestonwood as the Lions take down Bishop Lynch and go to 7-1 in district action this season. In a few minutes, we'll be talking with our star of the game, but first of all, the final totals from this 4-1 win for Prestonwood. 4 runs on 7 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base for Prestonwood. And for the visiting Friars of Bishop Lynch, 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, and 6 guys left on base. The scoring for Bishop Lynch came in the first inning. Noah Herman led off with a hit by pitch and eventually came home to score on the RBI double by Will McGinnis, but nobody else scored the rest of the game for the Friars. On the other side for Prestonwood, all of their runs came in the second inning, a 4 spot. They had 5 hits that inning. Aiden Moffitt led off with a single, followed by Riggs Huggins with a single, and then Cruz Banuelos got Prestonwood on the board with an RBI single of his own. Quinn Majewski with a 2-run double, or 2-run triple, I should say, made it 3-1, and then 4-1 after Junior Niffen knocked in Majewski. That was all the scoring tonight. Some pretty good pitching on both sides. On the winning side, it was Savion Sims going 5 strong, 81 pitches, 1 run. It was earned on 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, and hit 4 batters. And then Austin Smith came on for the 6-out save, giving up no runs on 1 hit, striking out 3, and walking no one. Jake Bassick loses his 3rd game this season to Prestonwood. He's now 2-3 on the season. He went 6 innings in the game, and really, but for the 2nd inning, was very good. 4 runs all earned on 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, and no walks for Bassick in this contest. And game time, a total of 1 hour and 56 minutes. When we come back, we'll talk to our star of the game. We'll talk to the backstop, Cruz Banuelos, when we come back. Prestonwood takes down Bishop Lynch for the 4th time this season. 4-1 here on PCA Baseball from Metro Sports
The Children's Health Andrews Institute is helping me get back into the swing of things.
They're getting me back to reaching new heights.
Back to sticking the landing.
Back to setting goals and scoring them.
Back to more than a game.
As experts in everything from orthopedics to performance training, we specialize in getting DFW athletes back to doing what they love.
At Paris Baguette, our expertly crafted cakes, decadent pastries and breads, and freshly brewed coffees are always served with a smile. To find your neighborhood bakery cafe, visit parisbaguette.com.
And welcome back into Plano. Prestonwood Christian Academy wins again in district play 4-1. It's a good solid baseball game against a good opponent, Bishop Lynch. Final score 4-1, and we're joined by our star of the game, catcher Cruz Banuelos. Congratulations on the win, man. And great to catch up with you as well. And, yeah, we do have everything up here for him, so just wanted to double-check on that. But, yeah, so Cruz, in this game, let's start out with the offensive side. You guys were able to string some hits together in the second inning. What did you see in your at-bat to get you guys on the board? Big inning for you guys, a 4 spot in the inning. You kind of never know if a game's going to turn out that way, and you're not going to be able to, have a big explosive game. So how big was it for you guys to, stay locked in, especially with 2 outs in that inning, as the guys after you helped you tag on some more runs as well?
I think it was huge. We put a lot of emphasis on two-out hitting, getting those guys in whenever we need them, because it comes up like we did tonight, shut out for the rest of the game. So we know it's tight. We know good pitching, especially in district. So a lot of emphasis on those 2-out hits, and it's huge, especially since we know that, like we saw tonight, there was not a lot of scoring after that 1 inning, and then they also had 1 inning in the first. So a lot of, just the emphasis on the 2-out hitting is super important for us, and luckily we got it down. We got it down tonight. Want to keep it going through district.
Absolutely. And you guys play another errorless game in the field. Get some great pitching, great play from you at the catcher spot as well. Let's talk about your relationship with these pitchers. Savion coming in, his talent is undeniable. How have you tried to forge a relationship with him over the course of this season?
I think a lot of the emphasis at the time off the field, I think that's a really big thing just for pitcher-catcher relationships. Time off the field, hanging out, some video games, just having them over for dinner. I feel like that's huge for developing a relationship. And then you can obviously see that the chemistry bleeds over into the baseball side of it. Know what on the same page on pitches, know where the pitch needs to be. And then obviously you see Savion has a huge night, not a lot of runs as usual, and then not a lot of hits and huge strikeout numbers. So that relationship is definitely powerful, especially off the field.
And I'm sure, you've been doing this for so many years now. You know how much to talk to your guys, how much not to talk to them. Savion obviously missing his spots in the first inning, but he can come back and dominate like he did the rest of the way. Did you say anything to him in the first inning? Do you just try to kind of let him work through it? What's your role in that moment?
Just pouring some confidence into him. We know he has elite stuff. He's one of the top pitchers in the country. So just making sure, encouraging him, let him know, hey, you're the man, you're the guy. You obviously see after that first inning, after saying those couple words of encouragement, he definitely locked it in, got it down, got his stuff down, and he was unhittable. Absolutely.
And then Austin coming in and closing it down with his second save of the season. So let's talk about you a little bit as well. I mean, this is a senior year for you. How do you feel like this team is coming together as a whole right now as we cruise in toward the back half of the regular season?
I think the team chemistry is great, and the bond that we have, especially as brothers, especially in the classroom and then on the field, like we are very tight-knit group of guys, and I really like it. And you can see that a lot of these guys have been playing together for 3 or 4 years, and some of them are on the summer team, so you can see that chemistry, you can see the friendship, you can see the guys enjoy playing with each other, playing for each other, and then Coach Valade kind of building that culture on the team. You can see it in the guys, in the way that they play, and the way that they talk to each other, and then you can see that it continues over in our record and it continues over in our bats, and we see the success that we have as a program.
Well, I don't know if you would consider yourself a two-sport star, but I know you play chess as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a fantastic. So where would you rank yourself on the team? Are you the best chess player on the team? Do we need to find that out still?
I think we still need to find that out. I think there's a couple guys up there that would put up a good match. So that would actually be fun. I haven't tried that out. We'll definitely figure that out.
All right. Are you pretty aggressive when it comes to chess? Are you, let the game come to you and, try to protect your pieces? How do you play?
More protecting my pieces and letting everything develop. And obviously, like for me, I see it come over to the baseball field. Just I see everything opposite direction everybody else as a catcher.
Man.
So I just let everything play out, see what it is, think multiple steps ahead, and then as soon as they make a mistake, just like in baseball, we take advantage of it. In chess, they make one mistake, take advantage of it, and then now you're set up in a good position.
When I talk to high school guys, I never try to hold them to possible majors because it's just, a lot of stuff can change. But I think it's really cool that you're thinking about mechanical engineering as a possible major down the line. What makes you think of that as a possible path for you?
One of the big things is one of my teachers set up an internship with motorsports, and they had motorsports at the school, so they brought a team. And just seeing the cars and seeing all that stuff, I was like, that is definitely something I want to do. So I talked to some of the engineers. They said mechanical engineering, get some electives under there, and then that way you can go work on motorsports cars. I was like, that is exactly what I want to do.
Well, that's fantastic. And so have you been a motorsports fan in your life, or was that something here recently that's kind of popped up?
Something here recently, last 2 or 3 years, but I'm going out to race for an internship in April. It's an F3 race and the Le Mans prototype race too, so some of that stuff, and super looking forward to it, super excited about it.
Oh, that's awesome. And I understand as well, you created a board game that won a national contest. Tell us about this.
So I was playing chess, and I was unfortunately beating all my friends. So none of my friends wanted to play with me. So what I did was I created a board game that created the strategies of chess and a little bit of chance in there. That way everybody has a chance to win, so it doesn't matter if you're 5 or you're 80 years old. It doesn't matter. You still have a chance to win. So it still has the concept of chess, which is what I like to do. Think about it, play a game that involves strategy, but there's also a little bit of chance. That way anybody can play. And like chess, if you're more advanced, you kind of beat all the beginners. That's not the case in the board game that I created. So it was awesome.
Well, that's really awesome. Did it ever get a name?
It did. So it's called King of the Board.
Okay.
And then I entered it into a national competition in COVID year because they took video submissions. Ended up winning Best Game Concept in 2020, which was really awesome. Working on it with my dad. And then we actually got a prototype company to build it and build a 3D model of it, and it was really awesome. So I was so glad that happened.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, he's already lived a very varied life. He's already the most interesting man in the world, and he's only like 18 or whatever. But Cruz, congratulations on the win, man. Great to get to know you a little bit. You're one of the many interesting guys on this team, and it's been a lot of fun to watch you guys play.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Congratulations on the win. That's Cruz Manuelas. 4-1, the final score as Prestonwood takes down Bishop Lynch. We'll be back on the air on Friday, back here at home at the Graham for another game at 7 o'clock. Can't wait for that. Big thanks to everybody that was a part of this broadcast tonight as Prestonwood picks up another win this evening by a final score of 4-1. Good night from Graham Field.
Prestonwood Christian Academy Baseball has been brought to you by Freeform Chiropractic, Children's Health, Andrews Institute for Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Paris Baguette, Cowboys Fit, Fast Signs North Dallas, Sky Ranch, Aquaterra Outdoors. Also by Texas Tiny Teeth Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics, Up to Date Roofing, Incentive Brands, Chick-fil-A at Plano Parkway and Park Boulevard, Comfort Maker Air Conditioning and Heating, Global Strategic, Milestone Electric, and Vista Physical Therapy. Lions Baseball, an exclusive sports presentation of Metro Sports Communications.